So my father-in-law tells me one night that he's planning to go to Alaska on his KLR. And he's thinking of taking our nephew, picking him up at Fort St. John and taking him the rest of the way. And I said, I want to go too. And he's like, you don't have a bike. So I spent the next 30 days researching which bike I would take, and I eventually found a bike on the island and I had him go with me and we picked that bike up. Part of that planning was a lot of camping equipment, what tools we're going to bring, and making sure everybody had enough of everything. And of course, gloves. I took 8 different pairs of gloves on that trip for different applications. Some was for working on the bike, some was for sitting around camp. Quite a few were for riding. Made sure my nephew had warm gloves for riding on the back of that bike with my brother-in-law. And that first night we were excited. We were in the shop getting our bikes ready. And that's when I realized I had forgotten my jacket, my riding jacket. Fortunately, my brother-in-law had an extra jacket that he had bought and wasn't going to use, so I used that. But I went, after 2 years of planning, I had 8 pairs of gloves and no jacket. When I told some of those work of what I was doing, one of the ideas we came up with was to get a sign to put up at Watson Lake. If you're not familiar with this story, when the Alaska Highway was built, one of those that was working on the Alaska Highway was missing home and put up a sign in Watson Lake said X number of kilometers to home. And we got a pair of gloves, and the factory sewed them up with 3-finger shut so we could point the direction home as well, so that's kind of cool. We actually ended up going through Watson Lake 3 times, but of course I didn't know I'd end up going through it 3 times. So the first time we got there I was a little preoccupied. Everybody was tired and hungry and really worn out, and we didn't know what was in Watson Lake, and honestly there's not a lot there. So we were trying to find a place to eat, but I was trying to get to those signposts for us. Fortunately, it's right in the middle of town and easy to find. When I got there, it's overwhelming the number of signs there, but I was again looking for a spot to put our sign. And there's not a lot of spots, empty spots available everywhere. So I wanted something that would be easy to direct people to find. If I could send somebody there to see it. So I took some stairs down and found a tree at the bottom of those stairs that would be really easy to see. You could direct them down the stairs and up. Had to climb on another sign to climb high enough on the tree to be able to reach it. And even for me, quite tall, but even for me it was a reach to get it high enough to get in place and hold up there. So I'd standing on another sign, reaching full reach out, and I got that sign up. It was a lot of fun. And it's also pointing home. Got it the right direction, so I'm happy about that too. So there it is, Watson Gloves, 1,995 kilometers to the office in Burnaby from Watson Lake Signpost Forest.